let's take a look at this TEA star release question from the 4th grade 2016 test. What is the area of each half of the paper in square millimeters? So I'm starting with this question mark sentence because I want to know what we're having to solve for. So what is the area, that is important, of each half? Each half is important, of the paper in square millimeters. So that's my actual units of measure. So something really important has already come up and it says area. So that's where I'm going to bring in my reference material, because this is where I can find my formulas for area of a square and area of a rectangle. So let's see what kind of shapes we're dealing with here. Sebastian had a rectangular piece of paper. Okay. So if I go to my star reference material, that means that I'm going to be using this formula right here. Area of a rectangle is area is equal to length times width. So a rectangular piece of paper that was 90 millimeters long, so that's important information, and 50 millimeters wide. He cut the paper in half. So again, we're seeing this, okay, he has one piece of paper, just like a regular piece of paper, it's rectangular. He cuts the paper in half. They want to know what is the area of each half of the paper in square millimeters. I'm going to go ahead and grab my graph paper, and I'm going to start sketching this out to make sense of what's happening in this question. So the first thing that we're going to start with is we know that we're dealing with area of a rectangle. So my formula for area of a rectangle is area equals length times width. I'm going to write that at the top of my paper. Area equals length times width, because I am dealing with a rectangular piece of paper. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw that piece of paper. So right here it says it's 90 millimeters long. So I'm going to give the sides of my rectangle, I'm going to match up my colors, and long is length is equal to 90 millimeters. Because it's a rectangle, we know that this side has the same measurement. I only need to register it down on one side though. And 50 millimeters wide. So my other side of my rectangle, I'm going to make purple so I can match up with my measurements. And this is going to be my width. We know that this is 50 millimeters wide. I am going to solve for the area of the entire piece of paper, because I need the area for the entire piece of paper, and then I'm going to take that area and cut it in half. So this is going to be a two-step question. So first, if I'm talking about area of a rectangle, solving for area, length times width. So the area is equal to, the length of this rectangle is 90, so everywhere I have an L, I'm going to put in that 90 millimeters, it's my measurement, multiplied by the width. The width is 50, so every place I have a W, I'm going to put 50 for my 50 millimeters wide. I'm going to go over and work out the multiplication. This is my width, this is my length. Now when I multiply this out, I will get my area. Start with our ones place, 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 9 is 0. Then with my ones place, I can put that placeholder in there. Now I'm going to multiply my tens. 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 9 is 45. Now I need to add this up, and when I add this up, it will give me my area of my full rectangle. Okay? So 0 plus nothing is 0, 0 plus 0 is 0, 5 plus nothing is 5, 4 plus nothing is 4. So the area of my full sheet of paper is 4,500 millimeters squared, because this is my area of the full sheet of paper. So I'm going to put that into my shape so I can kind of visually see what that looks like. Now, if you go to your answer options and you stop here, you will see A actually has this number. But remember, I'm not done. It is the area of each half. So now I have to cut it in half. So go ahead and strike through answer option A. It can't be A. That is for the full piece of paper. I need it for the half. So to visually see what that's going to look like, I need half of this piece of paper. So now I want to know what the area of just this part is. So I can do this a couple of different ways. Probably the easiest is going to be to divide the area of the full piece of paper by 2. So the area of the full piece of paper is 4,500 millimeters squared. I'm dividing it by 2 because I need half of it. And what that will give me is this will now be the area of half. All right, how many groups of 2 can go into 4? 2 groups of 2 can go into 4. 2 times 2 is 4. Check for remainder. We don't have any. So now, how many groups of 2 can go into 5? 2 groups of 2 can go into 5 because 2 times 2 is 4. I will subtract this to find my remainder. 5 taken away 4 is 1. Now let's look at our next number. I need to bring him down. How many groups of 2 go into 10? 5 groups of 2 go into 10 because 2 times 5 is 10. Subtract to find our remainder. We don't have remainder. So now, I'm going to leave it up here. We could bring it down. How many groups of 2 go into nothing? 0 groups of 2 go into nothing. So my answer for half of my area of a full sheet of paper is 2,250 millimeters squared. And you'll see that that is answer option C.